Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to give it a few minutes, or a couple of minutes, to see if anyone pops on and says hello. And just get a few things organised. So if you're around, pop on, say hello. Hey Jackie, how are you going today? So I'm just reorganizing slightly. Whoops. Did a bit of a bump. Where am I? There we go. How are you going, Jackie? Just make sure my sound's all good, I hope. I assume it's all good. Yep, that's all good. Yep. Excellent. Oh. Well, today I'm actually going to be creating a card that I've got in my head, but I haven't put down on paper yet. So we shall see how it goes today. And I wanted to show the Thinking Thanks Piece stamp set. This one is retiring, and it is on special. I believe it's still available, so I'm just going to go and double check that, make sure it's still available. Because there's no reason to let you know if it's retiring if it's already gone. Really, that's just that just seems sad, really. Where am I going? I'm going to Last Chance Products. So it's now Last Chance Products, and the Thinking Thanks and Peace. And it's still available. Normally it would be $38, but up until the 3rd of January, it's $19 all while stocks last. So yeah, only $19 for this stamp set. It's 4 stamps. So you've got the Sending Thanks, Thinking of You, the Peace on Earth, and the Boo. So they're lovely stamps. I love the font. I do love the fonts. And so I'm going to be using the Thinking of You stamp. And I'm going to use the Peace on Earth. Now with the Peace on Earth, I've actually cut the dove off. Oops, sorry. So then I can just use Peace on Earth. But I can also put it right back on again because, yeah, I've cut it in such a way that I can work out where it sits. So, yeah, so I've just popped it back, and I'll see if I like the dove or not. I mean, the dove's all right. I'm just not a dove person. It might stem back to a time where my brother had doves at his wedding, and one of them pooped on me. So it could be that. So I'm going to use 2 of the in colours today. I'm going to use, what is it, Midnight Muse? Misty Moonlight, sorry. Misty Moonlight. That's one of the base colours, and Just Jade. So they're my 2 base colours that I'm going to use. And I'm going to do some heat embossing, so it's going to get a bit loud. Today. And so I've got 2 pieces of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to use my Versamark, and I'm going to use some copper Stampin' Emboss powder. And so this comes in a set of 3, the emboss powders. Comes in silver, black and copper. No, that's wrong. That label's wrong. It's actually gold. I've just realized that label is wrong. It's meant to say gold. Gold, copper, and silver. So I'm going to use the copper. I'm just, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to use the copper today. I'll set the other two aside. And I've got my heat gun ready to go. Those three, they're $21 for the three of them. I just used scissors. I just used, yeah, just a pair of scissors just to cut the dove off. Nothing special. Many years ago, we used to have to actually cut out our own stamps and mount them, and then they started doing the die cut. And so they used to sell a pair of red rubber scissors that we used to actually use to cut our stamps. But no, I've just used the paper snips for this one. Nothing special. So I think I'm going to go that way for both of them. Yep. So I'm going to do the embossing first, so then I can just do the heat embossing, like the heat emboss gun, just once rather than making it too loud for too long. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway, so we'll see how it goes. So and then the thinking of you. Both my girls are home today. Yesterday was the last day of school, last day of year 6 for my youngest, and hearing that news in Tasmania has sent me reeling a bit, actually, because it could have quite easily happened to any of our kids. So I'm quite devastated by that, the horror that's happened down there. All right, anyway, so copper embossing powder. And I've just put a bit of just a bit of copy paper, white printer paper down, just to catch all the extra bits. You can use your embossing buddy, but I didn't actually use it today, so I'm just going to try and get the extra bits off before I use the heat gun. Just so I don't get any scraggly bits. And then put that back into my tub. Oh, hang on. Sorry, it's just, I think a bit of it rubbed off a bit then. There's a bit of noise in the background. I think my youngest is wanting to cook right when I'm doing my Facebook Live. So hopefully she might pause while I'm doing this so it doesn't get too distracting noise-wise. And just excuse me for a second. Get rid of the excess. There we go. All right. This is where it's going to get a bit loud, so please forgive me. So just some heat embossing powder, using my heat gun just to heat it up and melt the powder. So I'm hoping you'll be able to see it as it melts. I'll just stand up a bit and see if you can see it a bit easier. So that's that one. Sorry for the noise. Sorry about that. So now we've got some heat embossed pieces. Oh, I just missed a spot. Sorry, missed a spot. Sorry, that's better. Okay, I've just missed a tiny bit of the Y at the bottom. So, all right, move them out of the way. So then I'm going to bring in some ink. Not that one. I'm going to do the piece on Earth first. Just another bit of scrap paper. And I'm just going to use my blending brushes. So find two that are sort of bluish. Let's go that one and that one. I'm going to start with the lightest colour, so I'm using Pool Party. I'm just going to colour in the background, hopefully. And I'm going to use Misty Moonlight at the top. So I'm just going to start working my way in that way too. The blending brushes, they're in a pack of 3 and they're $21 for the 3. And as I always say, you can order these items online at my online store, which is sharonwilson.stampinup.net. And I have a hostess code for December, which is this number here on the top right hand side. Almost looks a bit green down the bottom with the Pool Party. I'm just going to blend them in a bit. And just flip back between the two and get as dark as you want, as light as you want. So I might go a tiny bit darker up the top. And you can just keep going until you get the tones that you want. I had this in my head just to, just do a basic background and heat emboss. I'm sure I could have actually done the background first and then heat embossed, but this is the way I've done it. So I'm just gonna make sure any excess ink on the actual embossing is gone. And so you've got that, and then let me just see. I didn't score that very well. Didn't go straight enough. I think it needs something underneath just to break up the colour a bit. So what do I put underneath? I might break it up with a bit of vanilla. That's what I might do. See, this card is definitely not I haven't really thought about it too much. I've just decided that's what I wanted to do something, and I knew what I had in mind, and thought, well, I'll work it with you all. Do it at the same time, figure it out as I go. Oh, you like it straight on the blue, Sam. Good morning. Do you think it's too much? So not the vanilla? I think I was just looking at the top here and I was thinking it was very blue. But I did want to, I was thinking about adding a bit of extra trim as well. No vanilla, just blue. Okay. All right. I was thinking about adding some, yeah, some trim. And I like adding a bit of extra, like a few trims. So what do you think? Do I add the 3? Yep, add the ribbon. All right. I shall. Let's move that one out of the way. And then, oh, I think I just cut my finger. I just cut a layer of skin off my finger. Awesome. No blood though. That's good. Obviously, just one layer. Where'd my trim? Where'd my other trim? There it is. There's my trim. Can you hear in the background? Hannah's going through the cupboards looking for stuff.
I found a peanut butter that went out of date in 2014. Awesome.
Don't add the finger. I shall certainly try not to add finger to it.
I'm just going through all the dates.
Maybe, Hannah, you could actually do that afterwards, hey?
I found like 5 containers that are empty.
Yes, you could probably go and do that afterwards, hey? It's not a Halloween cut. No, there's no red. You can see there's no red. It's not bleeding. Okay. I think that's good. Oh, my seal's gone a bit dodgy. Hey Amanda, how are you this morning? There we go. So there's that one. And then, because we've got copper, I thought I'd add some champagne rhinestones to it as well. Just a few. There we go. So there's my piece on earth. That's my Christmas card. We're getting so close to Christmas. It's what, a week to Christmas Eve. That's a bit crazy in itself, really, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to switch out the 2 blues and I'm going to bring in the greens. So, oh, you haven't been well. That's not good. I'm glad you're getting better. It's horrid being sick at this time of year. Actually, it's horrid being sick any time of year, really. All right, so I have Just Jade and I've got mint macaron. So what I've done is I've actually just heat embossed the Thinking of You using the Thinking Thanks and Peace stamp set. And so, yes, I did finish the Y. And so I've just added the bling and the ribbon. And so I'm just going to do the same with this card, but I'm going to switch it and use green instead. So, I think that one... I know I've used these brushes and I can't remember if I washed them or not. So I'm just trying to be careful of what I'm using so that I don't contaminate my stamp pad. So I'm using mint macaron down the bottom. And then I'll use Just Jade up the top. I was about to move my stamp pads around and then I'd probably get confused and then I'd probably contaminate them. So I'm not moving them. The dark one's at the top. Alright, I'll come back in with the mint macaron. And I'll just darken the top again. All right, should I add any more or do you think that's enough? I did do the Y. Hopefully you can see that. I did finish the Y. I just did it off the camera. Yeah. I think I finished with mint macaron. That one. And Just Jade. Get rid of that bit. And bring in my Just Jade cardstock. And I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to bring in... Now I can't remember if this ribbon's actually still current. Isn't that terrible? I don't think it is. I have a feeling it's actually retired, but let me have a quick look because I can't remember. I think it's actually retired. It is retired, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is retired, but the Very Vanilla scalloped lace isn't, and neither is the linen thread. So just add a different ribbon. But if you've got any of this ribbon floating around, that's great with these colours because it's actually the colours. So this is Just Jade ribbon. What ribbon is it? Is it grosgrain? No, it's just in colour ribbon, it says. So, and I'll get a bit more trim. Where's my lace trim gone? There it is, it's buried underneath everything. Do you, when you make cards, do you do a few different threads and everything? Or do you just usually just do one ribbon? I like doing the 3 different types of trim. It just adds a bit more texture to things. yes, you can colour the white ribbon in with blends. You can indeed. Or even with just the ink. Just the ink pad, or ink refills. Yeah, you can definitely colour them in. I'll try not to cut my finger this time. I'll try and cut the ribbon straight though. And I'll trim that one off. So, there we go. Yep. Oh, sticking to my card. Well, maybe you should try using a couple of different types. I think. Like Marg saying one, Sam only uses one. Well, see, I did it years and years ago and then stopped doing more than one. And then, yeah, I'm getting back into the habit of doing 3 again. Just because it's like having a lace and a bit of baker's twine or, yeah, linen thread or something. Just adds a bit of extra, just a bit of extra something to it. I think it's it steps up the card a tiny bit, and then yeah, it's just, I think it's just pretty. So there are my 2 cards. What do you think? 2 cards, 10.27. That's not too bad. I could do another one, but yes, I'm liking these ones. So very, very simple. So the other stamp that's in the set is the sending thanks. So it's not something I would probably, well, I'd definitely cut that bit off. If I was going to use this one, I'd cut that up. I don't tend to do Halloween cards. But it's a beautiful set if you want to do something very simple with your cards. A really quick and easy way to do lots of cards quickly for Christmas, especially with only a week to go. If you haven't any Christmas cards, maybe this would be a great card for you to do for your friends and family to quickly send out to the, in the mail or even on a present. So yeah, it's great card. Again, the stamp set itself, it's in the holiday, the July to December annual mini catalogue, sorry. Normally $38, it's reduced down to $19. And so that's a bargain in itself. So 50% off, great time to actually go shopping and buy that stamp set. And there's so many more things that are actually available on the last chance products list, but things are selling out pretty quickly. So I was looking through some of the dies and stamps and working out which ones are still available, and I've still got these ones that were still available when I looked last. But yeah, a lot of the other ones are all sold out. So if you're looking to get some stamps, yeah, this one, I love this one. I love the For unto us a child is born, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I've used that stamp so many times. Use that for customers' cards so often. There's a customer that asks me to create a whole heap of cards for them. So that's, yeah. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. So thanks for joining us. I hope you have a lovely week this week, lovely weekend, and I will catch you next week. All right, bye for now.